Had some trouble with his car today, been working on it, didn't get out there to grid up for this race. He's going to have to start from the pit lane after the rest of the field goes by. Now there they are, lined up on the grid. 17 plus Dick, 18 starters for this third and final heat. Round 8 of the Shell Australian Touring Car Championship from Wanneroo in Perth. Can the HR team, Lowndes and Brock, do it again with a 1-2 performance?
Seconds away now, just waiting for the starter. Hand in the air with less than 10 seconds from the start of Heat 3. Holden Racing Team, front row. Glenn Seaton could split them off the second row. And look at Wayne Gardner out there on the second row. They get the green light. Very strong start once again from Craig Lowndes. Jumps in front of his teammate. Seaton locks into third position. Gardner's in fourth. There goes Dick Johnson leaving his starting position from pit lane at the back of the pack. And Gardner's gone around. A big spin from Gardner through the Bridgestone loop.
He's taken somebody with him.
So one of the Castrol.
Yeah, it's Larry.
R11, Larry Perkins. So, oh, goodness me. Every time Wayne Gardner looks like he's getting toward the front of the field, something happens. Damage. Front left rear corner. Let's look at that again on race cam replay. There's Longhurst Castrol Falcon in front of him as they come through Bridgestone Loop. And you can see Gardner there, whether he was pushed or whether he spun, not sure, but he's coming across the track and kapow! Larry's race cam at the front spoiler of the Castrol Commodore finishes off the replay for us. A big impact there.
Oh, poor old Larry, nothing he could do there. It was just all in front of him and no way to avoid it. And he's parked off on the infield. He'll be a very disconsolate man.
So here we go again. Deja vu for HRT, as we've seen in the previous two heats today. Out the front of the pack. Now we've got a car in trouble. It could be Stephen Richards if we could just...
Yeah, it was. Stephen Richards went right off the side of the track there, almost up the pit lane, but back onto the main part of the circuit.
So drama upon drama. That opening lap. This field sorting itself out. Didn't put a scratch on this pair though. Holden Racing Team.
Nothing's put a scratch on this pair today.
Nothing can touch them. And Craig Lowndes, of course, with his perfect point score, has now opened it up after that second heat. 45 points ahead of John Bower.
Wayne Gardner coming into the pits after that first lap altercation. In fact, yes, he's just stopped at the end of the pit lane at his normal pit bay for some quick work on the car. There it is.
Tyre changes, I would have thought.
I don't know how many black cats Wayne Gardner's seen in his life, or how many ladders he's walked under, but boy, he has got bad luck by the bucket load.
He's got damage on the left side front there, which would make you tend to think that someone's moved across or he's clipped someone in the back there that's probably helped him spin.
Mechanics get to work with some hammers trying to bash the damaged bodywork away from the wheel so they can at least continue. But all hope lost of getting a strong position. It was looking so good for Gardner, up to fourth position, slowly moving his way through the field in the previous two heats.
Disappointing for the Co team. They're focused on one car to try and get a better result, and unfortunately doesn't seem to be happening for him at the moment.
Back on the track with 2.5 laps gone. Craig Lowndes, the leader from Peterborough. Glenn Seaton is in third place, followed by defending champion John Bower. Then Mark Scaife, Tony Longhurst in the Castrol Falcon. Greg Crick. So the privateers, by virtue of that incident first lap, have managed to move up a few placings. Greg Crick, Stephen Ellery are both up there running in 7th and 8th positions.
Sean Walker in trouble. The local guy having a run here when the V8s came to town, but he's having trouble there. Big puff of smoke from the car, something terminal.
Fairly terminal.
And he's out of the race, unfortunately. And this bloke is not looking like anything like being out of the race. In fact, look at this point situation. He's now opened up to 45 points ahead of Bower, and some 32 points further behind Bower is Glenn Seaton. So Lowndes continuing his domination at the front. There's Scaife and Longhurst. Longhurst, interesting watching this, Bradley, the progress of these two Yokohama shot cars. They just seem to be starting to make some progress.
Well, they are, and they're fairly evenly matched too, I might say. They certainly doesn't seem to be much difference between the Holden and the Ford. We've got Gardner back on the track now, but unfortunately a couple laps down.
Well, it's incredible what's happened to that car, that driver combination this year. A number of occasions been poised to pounce, and either through some sort of freakish technical failure or an on-track incident, it's managed to rob him from gaining some points. Incredibly rough season for Gardner. There's a car heading into the pit lane. It's one of the Shell Fords. It's John Bower, in fact, coming down pit lane, car 1.
See it on the right of screen there as the cars go out of shot. We pan round with them. Mark Scaife and Tony Longhurst still battling it out.
Well,
I think that could have been a stop-and-go penalty for John Bowe.
they held out the black flag, so
yeah.
must have been some sort of an infringement in those opening
He is back on the track.
Well, if his championship wasn't over before, it certainly is looking like it is now. He really will be disappointed with that and needs to get back through the field as fast as he can to try and get a result.
Stop-go penalty for John Bowe. Meanwhile, we take race cam with Mark Scaife, Seeger Holden race cam.
He's in 4th position now. Tony Longhurst 5th.
Now, if we just watch him as he changes the gear, see how his right foot's flat on the throttle. He'll go for another gear in a minute. Dab of the clutch, keeps the throttle flat. Dab of the brakes there, just to pump the brake pedal up, make sure it's there. Back to the gear he wants, turns into the corner. Bang, back on the gas there again, grabs another gear. Fantastic stuff.
There may be some people at home, Bradley, wondering how you can change without having to take your foot off the accelerator.
Well, they have a cutout on the revs that are, about, 8,000 is the legal one, and his would be about 100 short of that, which they calls a soft cut. He just dips the clutch and the car sits on the rev limiter and he grabs the gear.
So the stop-go penalty board is out again, but I can't see a car number. Andy Raymond, in fact, is down there, and we're endeavouring to find out.
So the order, Lowndes just half a second up on his teammate Brock, Seaton a further almost 2 seconds behind Scaife. This man in 4th position. Then we have Tony Longhurst in 5th, Alan Jones in 6th position, then Ingle, Ellery, Crick and Romano. That's the top 10.
And Bowers dropped to 12th out of the points.
And it was not the sort of penalty notice he wanted to see in Heat 3 as he hangs on by his fingernails to this championship battle.
Quite a marginal call too. Oh, there's Gardner. He's back in the pits. Obviously a bit more damage done to the car than they first thought, and that's it. He's out of the race.
Just incredible situation for the Coke team. For 3 years in the almost 3 years in the championship, still without a championship heat win and some unbelievably bad luck along the way. Just wondering when their luck will turn. Here's our man Mark Scaife in 4th position.